Welcome back to the Smugsy Show. I'm Smugsy, your host, identifying as the Barstool Cougar. Every Wednesday, we meet here, talk about important things and important people. Tonight, we present an acoustic show. That means no script. Smugsy Unplugged. Maybe it's because I'm feeling spontaneous. Maybe it's because in real life, in a real case, I spent the day cross-examining high-level law enforcement officers. Who knows? It's a mystery. It's part of the fun of an acoustic show. Two things on my mind that I want to talk about tonight. The first is, why is Barstool Sports cheugy? I have an idea why. You know what cheugy is, right? It's TikTok language. It's a term coined by a LA software developer, Gabby Rassin, and it means like so yesterday. Generally applies to millennials, like out of touch, trying too hard. Cheugy, it's CHEUGY, and what caught my eye was a New York Times article by Taylor Lawrence that said cheugy applies to things too. It's not just a way to describe people. According to people who have embraced the word, the following are also cheugy: the Hype House, Golden Goose sneakers, anything associated with Barstool Sports, Gucci belts with the large double G logo, being really into sneaker culture, Ray Dunn pottery, and anything chevron. So, interesting, isn't it? I mean, Barstool Sports, cheugy. I mean, what came to mind to me immediately, of course, is the clash, really, that's taking place between old Barstool and new Barstool. And I think cheugy represents old Barstool, whereas uncheugy is the new Barstool. And listen to the definition of uncheugy, and I don't know, tell me what comes to mind. According to the article, it says, things that are decidedly uncheugy: thrifting, making your own clothes, quote, looking good for yourself and not caring what other people think. That confidence exudes non-cheuginess. So, let's see, looking good for yourself, not caring what other people think. Confidence, does that remind you of anybody? Smugsy, uncheugy, queen of uncheugy. The Cougars, yeah, we represent the new Barstool fan. The Cougars are a new exclusive Barstool fan club for women who like dogs, and I think we're a threat to the old Barstool. I mean, why else would people like Kirk Minahan and Rico Bosco block Smugsy Girl? I mean, it makes no sense, right? Unless they felt threatened by my uncheuginess, our uncheuginess, the Cougars' uncheuginess. Think about, the photo exhibit that the Smugsy Show is sponsoring. This week's photo, I hope you caught it, in Smugsy's gallery, called Embrace the Other. And what it stands for is, respect people you hate. And the art that the Smugsy Show sponsors and the art that I produce is meant to empower people and is clearly uncheugy and a threat to, these old Barstool people. But we haven't been blocked. I haven't been blocked yet by Dave Portnoy. And the Cougars, as many of you know, believe that Dave Portnoy is going to be the next president. Dave Portnoy for president 2028. We've officially endorsed him. We hope he throws us a bone as, the exclusive fan club for women who like dogs. Check out the Smugsy Show photo exhibit at syndicatemedia.net and in Smugsy's studio. Support the arts on OnlyFans and subscribe to this show as a way of telling Dave that you support uncheugy Barstool. The next thing I want to talk about is really vet guilt. Have you ever been to a vet and left not feeling guilty that you're not doing enough to care for your dog or cat. Let's just focus on the dogs. It takes a special someone to be a vet. There must be a class on how to really lay a good guilt trip in veterinary school. Imagine you own, for instance, not own, you have the privilege and honor of caring for a 12-year-old beautiful yellow lab named Marley, who enjoys the comforts of a lovely home in an affluent suburban neighborhood, has several beds that are cleaned regularly, oriental wool rugs set aside exclusively for her, fresh water twice a day, eats only the highest quality food and snacks, walked twice a day, furminated, given a full grooming at home, personalized, of course. Lots of loving attention. Well, Marley develops a clogged tear duct. So you take her to the vet and gets treated, and they recommend treating it with an eye compress. So for over a year, you lovingly heat up a face cloth in hot water and put it on Marley's eye as her tail thumps, and she's happy as a clam having this attention. And then just a week or so ago, you go to do the treatment of your dog, who you get up every day and take out, really revolve around your life around the dog's schedule. The happiest dog. I mean, all the neighbors love the dog. Really, really happy, content dog. You find when you go to give her the hot compress spa treatment, it's uncomfortable. So just a few days later, you take her to the vet, and the vet looks at you really over the phone through Zoom. You can feel the stare. And she says, so you haven't run her genome through the CRISPR yet? And you're like, no, geez, no. So you, on the spot, agree to catch up with every vaccine possibly known to man. Yes, you'll have the extra ointment. And you leave there 20 minutes later, $500 spent with a referral to an eye surgeon to have this bump on her eye removed, which you're happy to do, but there's a feeling of real guilt and shame for not having seen it or done it sooner. And you know what? It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair to cougars who are dog people. We love our dogs, and we want to stand up to these vets, these bullies who make us feel guilty for not running the genome through the CRISPR. So take action with us here on the Smugsy Show. If you've had an experience with a vet-induced guilt trip that you want to share, leave a comment. Certainly follow us on Twitter at SmugsyGirl. Subscribe to the show. Take action. That's it for this week's show. I hope you enjoyed the acoustic style. Until next time, this is Smugsy signing off. Take care.